The first two games of this series with the Indians have been scintillating. Both games have featured great comebacks, and both have come down to the wire. It's been great baseball theater between two teams in the thick of the playoff hunt. Another drama unfolding tonight is Michael Young's drive to 2,000 hits. He's only 2 away and would love to reach that milestone as part of a winning contribution to a series-clinching win against Cleveland. It's coming up next, right here on Fox Sports Southwest. Somewhere around 100 degrees for the third and final game of this series between the Cleveland Indians and the Texas Rangers. And we welcome you. Dave Barnett along with Tom Grieve. Might be some history made here tonight as Michael Young is just 2 hits away from the 2,000 career mark. He would be the first to tell you he would rather go hitless in a Ranger win than go 5-5 in a loss. But 2 hits away, and the drama is definitely building, and it will be fun to see him, especially if it's tonight.
Yeah, and the way he's swinging the bat right now, it probably is likely that he'll get 2 more hits tonight. He's hit about 385 in his last 40 games. He's swinging the bat as well now as he ever has. Drove that ball out of the ballpark 2 nights ago to tie the ball game. He's 5th in the league in RBIs, and he's only hit 10 home runs because his average with runners in scoring position is almost 370. His 334 average is 2nd in the league. Of course, he's near the top in hits, and RBIs tied for 5th. It's been a tremendous year for Michael, and he's right in the middle of a great streak right now.
How about this for a little historical footnote? He will be the 3rd fastest right-handed hitter to 2,000 hits. It's been a long time since the other two played. Al Simmons and Rogers Hornsby. Colby Lewis gets the start, trying to get himself back on track again. The Rangers trying to take 2 out of 3 against the Indians with the lineups and the first pitch coming up. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. By Jack in the Box. Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99. By a reminder from Budweiser, great times are waiting, designated driver. And by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. As the Rangers take the field, let's take it downstairs to Rick Renner.
Hey guys, last night Ian Kinsler was in the middle of a 3-for-42 slump. He had 3 ground ball outs, and then he busted out for a 2-out, 2-run single and got things going as the Rangers tied the ball game in that inning. When he came around and scored, Ron Washington was the first guy in the dugout to congratulate him. You kind of get the sense that the Rangers leadoff hitter is fixing to get on a hot streak.
It's good to contribute to the team and contribute to trying to win a game and knocking in a couple of runs late. But other than that, I'm just trying to grind and make sure that I continue to do that every night. And whatever it takes to win and whatever it takes to help this team is what I'm trying to do.
That's our Geico quote. You think about it, he got that 2-out, 2-run single, and then he walked in the next at-bat and stole a base. He's now 20 for 20 in that category. All that positive energy seems like it's something that might start to steamroll for him, guys.
Well, that would be nice. And, Tom, as you pointed out, the batting average only tells a part of the story for Ian Kinsler this year. Getting on base, playing sparkling defense. Got to really consider the whole picture.
Yeah, you do. And Ian would be the first to say he's capable of hitting a lot better than he is right now. He's hitting .238. He's much better than that. And so, as he says, he's grinding it out. He's trying to get better. But in the meantime, there's a lot of other components to his game that are very positive and are helping the team remain in first place. His defense at second can't be underestimated.
Manny Acta's Southwest Airlines starting lineup will again feature Michael Brantley leading off. He is in left field tonight. Jason Kipnis has been a real thorn, batting second and playing second. As Asdrubal Cabrera, shortstop, batting third. Travis Hafner is the cleanup hitting DH with Carlos Santana back at catcher batting fifth. Kosuke Fukudome in right. Lonnie Chisenhall, big hit last night, at third and batting seventh. Shelley Duncan is at first base with Ezekiel Carrera in center field and batting ninth. And Colby Lewis again going after win number 11.
Well, Colby's had 22 starts, winning record, ERA just a little over 4. It's gone up his last couple of starts. Last start at Detroit, 4 innings, 10 hits, and 4 runs. Has been homer prone. He's given up 27. That's the most in the American League. Right-hand hitter still hitting below 200 against Colby. Cleveland will have a lot of left-hand hitters in the lineup. They've had a lot of left-hand hitters in the lineup against left-handed pitching.
Well, it's cooled off considerably tonight. It is only 102 degrees for our first pitch. That is 4 degrees below last night's ballpark record of 106. And 1-1 to Brantley. Big hit last night. An RBI double in the ninth, which chased Neftali Feliz. Home plate umpire is DJ Rayburn with Angel Campos at first, Jim Wolf at second, and the crew chief Darrell Cousins umpiring at third. Brantley against Lewis, 1 for 5, and that is the most at bats any of these Indians have ever had against Colby. The entire lineup is a collective 3 for 19 against Colby Lewis coming into this game. And none of them have homered off of it. That one has Chavez racing back deep into left center field, and he makes the catch. Chavez in the Ranger outfield with Hamilton and Cruz flanking him. In the infield, Young, Andrews, Kinsler, and Moreland. And behind the plate, it is Yorvit Torrealba as Mike Napoli gets another start at DH. So one out, and here is Kipnis, who in his first 4 at-bats last night, pretty quiet, had an infield single in the first, and then greeted Yoshi Tateyama, who came in for Feliz with a 2-run home run, and that capped their 4-run ninth inning rally.
That was a pitch Yoshi was trying to throw low and away, and it came up and in. Just made a mistake with the pitch.
And a good breaking ball for a strike to Kipnis. He has come up and been spraying home runs everywhere. His fifth in his last 7 games last night. He had a 7-game hitting streak coming into this one. Five of the first 8 pitches from Colby Lewis, balls. Ground ball here, right for Kinsler. 2 outs in the Indian first.
Got that ball in on him just enough to force that little ground ball. Looked like either a cutter or a slider. Had just enough movement to catch him a little bit toward the handle. Easy play for Ian. And Colby, the last time he pitched against the Tigers, he pretty much featured his fastball early and got in trouble throwing a lot of fastballs. But in this game, he's mixed all his pitches in right off the bat. Curveball, threw a nice changeup to Kipnis, got him with a cutter.
So here is Cabrera, who has gone 1 for 4 each of the first 2 games of the series. American League starting all-star shortstop this year. The Indians first since Lou Boudreau in 1948. Colby last worked Tuesday. It was his 32nd birthday. Took a no decision in a game the Rangers lost in Detroit 6-5. Lasted just 4 innings, 4 runs on 5 runs, 4 of them earned on 10 base hits.
Another changeup.
And another ground ball to Kinsler at second base. 1, 2, 3 go the Indians on a 12-pitch first inning for Colby Lewis. Kinsler and the Rangers coming to bat. Southwest Airlines starting lineup, which will look very familiar. Kinsler, Andrews, Hamilton at left, Young again cleanup and playing third with Cruz in right, Napoli the DH. Moreland at first, Torrealba catching. The only difference from last night, it is Andy Chavez batting ninth and playing center field. And the Rangers get their first look ever at the product of Tyler and Texas Tech, Josh Tomlin.
And Josh Tomlin's had a nice, solid season. 11-5 record. One thing you probably won't see, a lot of walks tonight. He averages 1 walk per 9 innings, 16 walks for the whole season. Last 4 starts, though, he struggled a little bit. His ERA in his last 4 starts is .576. He was much better early in the season, his first 9 or 10 starts, than he has been recently.
So Kinsler, 1 for 4 last night. The big 2-run single in the 7th that tied the game. He then scored the go-ahead run on the sacrifice fly by Josh Hamilton. Josh Tomlin's last win came on July 15th. Kinsler, like a number of Rangers, has great career numbers against Cleveland pitching. This one grounded to Chisenhall, who spins and makes the play at first. Defensively for Manny Acta, he's got Brantley in left, Carrera in center, Fukudome in right, with Chisenhall, Cabrera, Kipnis, and Duncan. Couple of rookies at third and second, with Carlos Santana catching Tomlin.
The other thing Tomlin will probably do is pitch at least 5 innings today. He's done that in all 34 of his major league starts. That's something that hasn't been done for a long time. First 34 starts, not one game has been less than 5 innings. Most of them are around 6 innings.
A really long time. First pitcher since 1919.
That is a really long time.
String together that little run. So here is Elvis, who shook off a scary beating to stay in the game, get an RBI single. Down here, 0-2. Single came in the ninth as the Rangers were again trying to fight back for a walk-off win. Kept his hitting streak alive at 10 games.
The right-hand hitters hit .217 against Tomlin, and probably the main reason is that cutter that he throws. Ian grounded out to third on it. Elvis just missed one.
Gets a curve here and flies it out to Fukudome.
You can tell he's not an overpowering pitcher as far as velocity goes, but when you only walk one batter per 9 innings, 16 on the whole season, and you can mix your pitches up, throw your fastball where you want to, and then mix in a cutter and a curveball, then you can win in the big leagues. And he's done that this year, 11-5.
Here's Josh Hamilton. 1 for 4 last night, but it gave him a season-high 11-game hitting streak. Also the big sacrifice fly. And scatters some folks with that foul shot. Everybody's okay. Longest streak in the American League belongs to Hideki Matsui, who has exploded in the second half of the year. Hamilton behind him, and then Elvis, and then Asdrubal Cabrera.
Tomlin was only a 19th round draft choice out of Texas Tech, and you can pretty much see why, if you were a scout, that a guy like Tomlin could slip through the cracks. It's because he doesn't throw 93, 94, 95 miles an hour. I'm sure he didn't in college. He was probably a polished college pitcher that didn't light up a radar gun and didn't get the respect, say, in the top 10 rounds of the draft. And all he's done is go through the minor leagues, 51-24, get to the big leagues and become a solid big league pitcher.
Actually dropped several rounds. The Padres drafted him in the 11th round in 05. He had 2 years at Angelina Junior College in Lufton, and then went to Tech the 06 season and fell from the 11th to the 19th round. But he was pitched like the Indians ace this year, and he strikes out Hamilton.
Good changeup. He can pitch.
1, 2, 3 go the Rangers in the first.
Thank you very much, Dave. Before the game, a very special presentation as 6 area high schoolers were awarded scholarships, courtesy Richard Green, the former mayor of Arlington. The Richard Green Scholarship awarded each student $10,000, and they will head off to college. Congratulations to those guys and girls. For more information, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation, TexasRangers.com/foundations. All right, ready to get back on track tonight, right, guys? Huh? Let's do it. Let's get a win tonight. Good to have everybody on here, except those Indian fans right there. We're going to have to find another seat. Yeah, they're getting the booze right now. All right, Dave.
All right, Jim, here's Travis Hafner to lead off the Indian second. Cleanup hitting DH, who went 0 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts last night. After on the DL for a month, including with the Rangers swept 4 in Cleveland in early June with a right oblique strain. This is 40th game off the disabled list and hitting just .246 since coming back, but he strokes a base hit against the Rangers shift just out of the reach of Elvis Andrus, playing slightly on the right side of second base. So after the game's first base runner, it'll bring up Carlos Santana.
Well, they got a lot of the field covered, but when you hit a ball hard like that, you don't give the fielders much chance to react to it. There's still a lot more room to find a hole than there is to hit it right at somebody. Rangers have hit a lot of balls at people in the first 2 games of this series.
Santana was terrific on Friday night. Personally, basically knocked Derek Holland out of the game after an inning in 2/3, a 3-run homer in the first, a 2-run double in the second for a career high 5 runs batted in. Last night 1 for 4, double his first time up, and then the next 3 times up he struck out all 3. Santana just 25 from the Dominican Republic. And he rockets a base hit to center field. So Hafner to second, and the Indians get their first 2 aboard here in the second. Solid base hits. Basically right to the same spot.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch to hit. It's fastball, center of the plate, outside part of the plate. But a lot of hitters like to extend their arms, and you can tell Santana, even though that ball's on the outside part of the plate, had a great swing at it.
That'll bring up Kosuke Fukudome. Last night 2 for 4. He had an infield single that ignited their 3-run 7th inning. To that point, it was the longest scoreless tie of the season here at the ballpark. Scoreless through 6. In fact, the longest since Game 5 of the World Series last year, which was also scoreless through 6, until Edgar Renteria's 3-run homer off Cliff Lee in the 7th. And Fukudome looking to bunt here. And of course, he had the double in and out of the glove of Cruz, greeting Feliz in the 9th inning. So he keyed both their big innings. Fukudome over just before the deadline for 2 minor leaguers from the Cubs. And 2 balls and a strike. 9 years with the Chunichi Dragons before becoming the first Japanese-born Chicago Cub in 2008.
Well, one thing the Rangers will have going, if he does bunt and they put the wheel play on, is a real good chance to get a play at third base, because Hafner at this stage of his career is not a fast runner.
Sharply hit to Moreland and out at second base. Andrus dropped it as he was trying to make the transfer. So Santana is erased. Hafner moves up to third. Fukudome safe at first on the fielder's choice.
It was going to be tough to turn 2 anyway. Long throw to second by Mitch. It would have to go back to Kobe sprinting toward first base, trying to time that throw back to first base. So might not have been able to make it anyway.
That will bring up another of last night's Indian heroes, Lonnie Chisenhall. Couple of hits, including the game-tying RBI single on the 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Feliz. And he said before the game he was swinging too big on the first 2 fastballs, both swings and misses, just shortened up, just looked for contact, and got a solid line drive single to right. And he came around to score the go-ahead run. Just up from AAA on June 27th. Their first-round pick 3 years ago out of Pitt Junior College. Started his career at the University of South Carolina. Yeah, that time Colby gets the backdoor breaking ball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Lewis started twice against Cleveland last year, won both outings. And this is hit well, but well foul. Four games overall against the Indians. Colby 2-0, but with a .689 earned run average. 12 earned runs, 15 2/3 innings. Most of these Indians, several of them, in fact, have never seen him, including Chisenhall. Most have only had a couple of at-bats against him. Of course, the Indians had a tremendous start. They ignited a lot of hope in Cleveland. They started 14-2 at Progressive Field, their best home start ever. They led the Central Division by as many as 7 games in late May. They started the year 30-15. Since then, they are 26-40. And they have dropped 11 games in the standings, although they got help from the Royals today, who beat Detroit 4-3. So at the moment, they are 3.5 behind Detroit, second place in the Central. White Sox shut out Minnesota 7-0. They're 5.5 back.
Yeah, there's still enough games for Chicago. I keep saying Chicago's going to be a factor before it's all over and done. They don't do anything to make it look like that's going to happen.
Chavez, a little bit of a late break on that one, reaches up at the track to bring it in as Hafner comes home to make it 1-0.
I could see why he would get a late break on that ball. That ball just shot out to center field. Chisenhall just kind of reached out for that ball. Didn't really take what you would call the kind of swing that would drive a ball almost 400 feet. Looked like it was going to be just a little routine ball to center field. Hit it toward the end of the bat, just reaches out and strokes it. And that ball goes almost 400 feet. That would have fooled me too.
Well, Indy got there, had to reach up to grab it. But he gets the second out. Fukudomi still at first, and here's Shelley Duncan.
That's one thing the Rangers weren't able to do in last night's game. They had men on second and third and 1 out in the second inning. Couldn't get a run in. First and second, 1 out in the first inning. Couldn't get a run in early in the game when they had some chances against Carmona.
Duncan playing his third different position this series. He was the DH on Friday. Had a home run. Left field last night. And went 1 for 2. An RBI double in their 3-run 7th. And first base tonight. Called up for his third stint with the Indians this year when Jack Hanahan took paternity leave. Friday night was not even in their stats or notes. That's how sudden the summoning of Shelley Duncan was. And of course, first base for the Indians has been manned by Shin-Soo Choo normally, but he's on the DL with a broken left thumb. They think he's pretty close to being ready for a rehab assignment to the minors. Right through that one. 1-2. Duncan, a second-round pick originally by the Yankees, 2001, out of the University of Arizona. Before that, Canyon del Oro High School in Tucson, where he was 2 years ahead of Ian Kinsler. And works the count full. So Fukudome will get a running start from first with 2 outs. Duncan trying to keep the inning going for Carrera, the number 9 hitter. And he takes the walk. So with the run already in, 2 on with 2 outs, and Ezekiel Carrera will get it at bat here in the second. Colby got through the first 1, 2, 3 on 12 pitches. He's at 20 pitches here in the second inning and 32 for the game. So here is Carrera on last night as a pinch runner and defensive replacement for Duncan. And Colby continues not to get ahead of too many hitters. This will get him out of it, though, on an easy chopper. He handles it and limits the Indian second to a run on 2 base hits. They leave 2. And in the Rangers second, it's Young, Cruz, and Napoli. Subscribe to MLB.tv today and see every Rangers game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit TexasRangers.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. First pitch to Michael Young is a strike. Michael steps up 2 hits away from the 2,000 mark. In career game number 1,621. Last night, 1 for 5, and really hit a rocket up the middle. It was fielded by Cabrera, playing him right around second base to end the game.
Yeah, that ball easily could have gone into center field for 2 runs. You see, Tomlin spots his fastball, both sides of the plate, and then gets you out with a slider right there. Looks like he throws a cutter to go along with it. Really good changeup that he struck Josh Hamilton out with. He's got a good assortment of big league pitches, and barely an average fastball. But when you have command of that many pitches and good command of your fastball, that adds up to a winning pitcher. And there's a good curveball to go along with it.
0-1 to Cruz in an 0 for 11. 0 for 9 so far in this series. Knocked down. Tomlin recovers in plenty of time and has retired the first 5 Rangers. On just a total of 17 pitches, 14 of them strikes. So see how he handles another hot bat, Mike Napoli.
Yeah, the first 2 pitches of the game were balls, so he's thrown 14 out of 15 of the next 15 pitches. 14 of them have been strikes. Now, they all haven't been strikes if the batter didn't swing, but they've been strikes when you count the swings.
Just outside to Napoli, 0 for 4 last night. That snapped his 9-game hitting streak, during which he hit .459. Fouls that one off Santana, who will take a moment here. Napoli also had a streak ended. Career best streak, driving in a run at 7 straight games, homering in 5 of those 7. And just destroying pitching here at the ballpark. He is the only Ranger in this lineup who has ever faced Josh Tomlin. 1 for 5, the one hit a home run. The only other Ranger on the roster who's ever faced Tomlin, Adrian Beltre, 1 for 3. That was also a home run. And of course, if you missed the news from yesterday, Adrian Beltre will miss another month or so, re-aggravating his hamstring yesterday as he was testing it on the base paths before the game.
Yeah, I think the hope was when he heard it originally that he might be able to play in less than 3 weeks. Now the re-aggravation has pretty much set him right back to square one. That's a real blow for the Rangers, who were hoping to get him back within the next week.
2-2 curve, base hit into the left field corner, and Napoli comes up digging for 2. Brantley's throw is there in time, and that ends the Rangers' second. They finally get their first hit, but Napoli gunned down, trying to stretch it to a double. Southwest is brought to you by Geico Insurance, where 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. By AT&T. And by Hyundai. People are talking about Hyundai uncensored. See what they're saying at Hyundai.com. Dave Barnett and Tom Grieve into the third inning. It's 1-0 Indians, and they'll have the top of their order. Brantley, Kipnis, and Cabrera against Colby Lewis, who has thrown 34 pitches through 2. First 2 batters of the second singled, and Lonnie Chisenhall brought Hafter home with a sacrifice fly. Brantley began the game by flying to center. And Tom, we'll see if this inning Colby can start to get a better grasp command-wise.
Well, he's not missing by much. He's trying to hit the corners, trying to keep his fastball away from the middle of the plate. He's been missing with a little bit with it.
Curveball here, and again Brantley retired by Chavez. Introducing Fox Sports Game Connect, the ultimate online experience for fans. You can log on to take part in the most interactive forum during Rangers games. Stats, trends, exclusive analysis, and live Twitter feeds. Plus, you can even share your thoughts with the game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect, now available on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. Here's Kipnis, who grounded to second in the first. Second round pick just 2 years ago out of Arizona State. And trying to bunt his way on here. Michael Young with the bare hand throws him out.
Second time Michael's made that play in this series. Not a bad bunt either. You have to have good hands to bare hand that ball when it's rolling like that, and obviously you have to be able to make an accurate throw while you're on the run. Close play, but Michael got him.
Clean pickup, already was able to grasp it with the fingers, forming what would become the throwing position. And he got off a strike to Moreland. Here's Cabrera. And Colby gets in front of him, 0-2. Throwing strikes here in the third. Chance here in an 8-pitch inning. The only other game going on, this being a Sunday night, the Yankees at Boston. That one is scoreless into the bottom of the second. Freddie Garcia for New York and Josh Beckett for Boston. And 2-2 to Cabrera. This afternoon, the Angels beat Seattle 2-1. Irvin Santana, another win, outdueling Felix Hernandez. Hernandez 4-hit the Angels. One of the hits, the 22nd homer of the year by Mark Trumbo. And another gem by Santana. That's 3 in a row, beginning with his no-hitter. He's now 8-8. King Felix falls to 10-10.
Yeah, they're big 3 on a pretty good roll.
And a strikeout. First of the night for Colby. Takes care of Cabrera. An 11-pitch 1-2-3 Indian third. ballpark, including tomorrow when Texas kicks off a 3-game set with Seattle. All fans tomorrow night will receive an Elvis Andrus figurine. Tickets are available now at TexasRangers.com or by calling 972-RANGERS. Good look at it right there. So we can see you out here for Matt Harrison against Charlie Furbush. Mitch Moreland leads off the bottom of the third against Josh Tomlin, who has faced just 6 through 2. And on the 1-0 pitch, Moreland grounds out to Duncan.
Yeah, one thing we've seen so far from Tomlin is you really can't go to the plate and have a good idea exactly what you're going to see, because he can throw all his pitches. He's got a good assortment of pitches. If you look for a fastball, you have to be ready to hit the curveball, the slider, the changeup. And if you go up there and you think you're going to see off-speed pitches, he can surprise you with a sneaky fastball. So far, he's been really tough.
Well, here's Jorvi Torrealba, who has also been very tough lately, including last night, 3 hits, including 2 doubles. Now a career-high 24 doubles. And he's hit in 8 of his last 9 games at a .457 clip. Doubles machine lately. And the Rangers' 3 catchers collectively have been among the best hitting catchers in baseball this year, as that one skies out to Fukudome.
Got a couple of people to mention. Want to say hello to Tom Beveridge. He won the Purple Heart in World War II. Turns 88 in a couple of days. Happy birthday, Tom, and thank you for your service. Want to also say hi to Benny Frizzell. He's in the ICU. He hasn't been feeling well. The one thing he does, though, is he watches Ranger baseball. He wants to know if the Rangers have won, who's pitching, all the details. And Benny, I hope you're watching tonight. I know you're not feeling well, but Rangers are wishing you all the best. Thanks for being such a great fan. Want to thank Billy Barty. Sent a great batch of cookies up to us. Here with her grandson from Hamilton, Texas. Thank you, Billy.
One and one to Chavez. Trying to break out of a slump now. And he sends that one toward the corner, but hooking foul, 1-2.
Also want to wish Ed and Iva Jean Andrews a happy 51st wedding anniversary. That pound cake you had a piece of over there, Dave, that came from their celebration. They're here at the game tonight. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'll add my thanks. It was tremendous. Short right. Fukudome running to make the basket catch. As the Rangers again get only 3 to the plate, being 1 hit through 3 by Josh Tomlin. Lightning, and today's game is brought to you by Miller High Life. This summer, find out how giving back bottle caps can give returning vets a piece of the high life. Go to MillerHighLife.com for details. Well, pitcher's duel, as the Indians will send Hafner, Santana, and Fukudome up against Colby Lewis here in the fourth. Travis Hafner singled to lead off the second. Santana followed with a single. And then after a fielder's choice by Fukudome, Chisenhall with a sacrifice fly to center brought home Hafner for so far the only run of the game.
I was going to say, Dave, my friend Bob Weinfeld lives at the Legacy at Willow Bend. It's a life care retirement community in Plano. And the executive director there is Lana Van Giesen. Her and her husband Dwayne brought a huge box of pastries that everybody's been enjoying. They were cooked by their executive chef, James Rowland. James, thank you very much. I can tell you that everything you brought us, everything you sent to us, was received very well. Everybody enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And Bob, sorry you couldn't make it tonight. Hope you're watching. And if you are, sorry about your Pirates. Bob's a huge Pirate fan. Pirates lost their 10th straight tonight. I know Bob's sick about it. That's probably why he couldn't come to the game tonight.
Recovering.
Bob has run the softball program at the Temple Shalom over in Dallas for I don't know how many years, 40 years maybe. He was playing up until a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Padres got him 7-3 today. After ground ball, Moreland perfectly placed just off the line. Let's check in with Jim Knox.
Okay, here we are with the U.S. AAA Pride Florida softball team, world champions 2010. Kat Osterman also tossed out the first pitch. What was that like? And I was a little surprised, Kat, a pitcher like your quality. You won a couple Olympic medalists, a gold medal and a silver medalist. What was that like going overhand instead of underhand?
It was exciting. I mean, it's always fun to be acknowledged, and we're really glad that our team got to be acknowledged today. But you know, I wanted to go overhand versus underhand because different throwing a baseball, and I didn't want to end up on worse first pitches because I chucked it to the backstop or something. So it was fun though. Threw a strike, and I was really excited.
Now, they said it was 53 miles an hour, but underhand you can throw how fast? You've been clocked before.
I've been clocked anywhere between 64 to 66 miles an hour.
In equivalent to pro baseball, because the mound's so much closer to home plate, that would be mid-90s?
I think so, somewhere between 90 and 95.
Oh, very good. Okay, fill us in. What are you guys up to nowadays? You got a lot of your Olympic teammates with you as well.
Yeah, a lot of us are playing in the National Pro Fast Pitch League. There's 4 teams right now, and we're based out of Orlando. But we had a game here this weekend in Grand Prairie over at the Airhawks Stadium. So we played 2 games there, Friday and Saturday, and just enjoyed a day off in Dallas today. But we're still playing, trying to promote the game, and hopefully make our pro league viable for younger girls to be able to have an option post-college.
There we go. Okay, good seeing you, and congratulations on the past history, and also best of luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
All right, there you go, Dave.
All right, Jim. 2-2 pitch coming to Carlos Santana.
I think a lot of the ball players would rather face a big league pitcher than one of the girls softball pitchers. That's tough to hit, boy.
I was just going to ask you, given the choice, how many would like to face Kat Osterman?
I don't think so.
Versus, say, I don't know, Nolan Ryan in his prime, not many. Santana grounds out to Kinsler. Ranger fans, you can meet infielder Andres Blanco Tuesday and sign up to be the Whataburger Whata-fan. Don't miss this chance to win great prizes and meet one of your Texas Rangers at the Whataburger in Mesquite at 1726 Military Parkway. 11 a.m. to noon on Tuesday. Come out and meet Andres Blanco.
I can remember going to summer camp in the Army Reserves at Fort Drum in New York State when I was a minor league player. And our company had a softball team in a softball league for the 2 weeks we were there. And I played in one game and had 3 at-bats and grounded out to the pitcher and struck out twice in the game. And It was embarrassing. But the hard part, if you're a baseball player, when you hit fast pitch softball, is a lot of the pitches in fast pitch softball go up. And in baseball, you'll never see a pitch that goes up. Every pitch goes down. Doesn't matter what kind of a pitch it is, it goes down. And that's a huge adjustment if you face a really good fast pitch pitcher with a good fastball and all the pitches to go along with it. So I wouldn't be surprised if the first time a big league player faced one of the girls at that level anyway, that they had a lot of problems trying to hit it.
1-2 pitch to Fukudomi is popped up and tracked by Elvis out into short left field. Reaches up for a snow cone, but takes care of Fukudomi. To 1-2-3 Indian fourth. 7 in a row retired by Colby. Who did Michael Young get his first major league hit against? Michael at 1,998. And he will hope to bat here in the fourth. The Rangers can get a base runner. Kinsler grounded to third to begin the game. The Rangers have had one base runner. It was Mike Napoli who singled with 2 outs in the second and then thrown out trying to stretch it to a double. So Tomlin has faced the minimum through 3, throwing only 30 pitches. Only 7 have missed the strike zone.
Well, he mentioned that he got up to a really good start this year and that he's struggled a little bit recently. His last 4 starts, he hasn't pitched that well. But I have to think the way he's throwing through 3 innings of this game is how he was throwing early in the season. Had all his pitches working for him so far. He's only thrown 33 of them, but been a good start for him.
Never really gets very easy to hit, even as the game goes on.
And one thing for a right-hand hitter, again, right-hand hitters only hit .217 against him, is trying to pull the ball is a problem when he throws the cutter. It'll get you right off the end of the bat, have you out in front of it a little bit. Or if you can wait on it and try to hit it to right field, I think you have a better chance for success.
Two and two to Kinsler. Tomlin has faced down some big name opponents. He made his major league debut against CC Sabathia, beat him 4-1, 3 hits over 7 innings, faced the minimum in that game. This year, debuted against Josh Beckett and the Red Sox and won that one 3-1. Also 7 innings of a 3-hit ball. And there is probably the Rangers' lone walk if Josh Tomlin has his usual control. He averages 1 per 9 innings.
He doesn't throw a lot of fastballs. Ian, I think, might have seen one fastball in that at bat. But he couldn't get the off-speed pitches over and ended up walking them.
So here's Elvis, who flied to right his first time up. Tomlin unable to put away Kinsler after getting in front of him 0-2. He got ahead of Elvis 0-2 and got him on 3 pitches. And right in there with a strike at the knees. Tomlin last year AAA All-Star at Columbus. 8-4 at .268 earned run average. Indians called him up for a 12-game major league debut. He went 6-4 and 11-5 this year. Out of White House High School. Very close that time at first.
He's got a quick move. It doesn't take a long time to deliver. He looks like he'd be the kind of guy that'd be tough to run on. You can't get too far off there with as quick a move as he has.
Ian not going. The pitch misses wide.
But the more he has to concentrate on Ian, the less he'll be able to concentrate on the batter.
That is a remarkable streak that Elvis has going. It is hit in all 19 games he has ever played against Cleveland. Had no explanation for it before the game. Just says he always seems to be hitting well when the Indians are next up on the schedule. The only other player ever to do that, and in his first 19 meetings with Cleveland, former Washington Senator Cecil Travis, 1933 and 34. This one lifted again to right field. Slicing foul and out of play barely. Cecil Travis, by the way, pretty good player. He was a 3-time All-Star and an All-Star catch there.
We used to have a great old scout named Joe Branzell from the Washington, D.C. area, and his favorite all-time player was Cecil Travis. And when I was working in the scouting and player development departments, he used to send me books about Cecil Travis, and he just wanted me to read up on him and learn what kind of a player he was. He talked about him all the time. So I never obviously saw Cecil Travis play, but Joe Branzell was one of the great old-time Ranger scouts. And if he was Joe's favorite player, he must have been quite a player.
Must have. Well, those Indians of decades ago, I'm sure, were happy when he was out of the picture. Curveball grounded to short. And in time for the 6-4-3 double play. Cabrera, Kipnis, Duncan.
When Tomlin's got his game going like he does tonight, he just keeps you off balance. You're a little bit late on the fastball. You're out in front of the breaking pitches. You don't know what's coming. He's got a good assortment of pitches. There's a big curveball. Location of it was actually right down the center of the plate. Elvis was just a little bit out in front of it and hit it off the end of the bat into that double play. It's just a good example when you see a kid like Tomlin pitch. You don't have to light up a radar gun with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball to be a good big league pitcher. You just have to be able to throw all your pitches with good command, and he does that.
So if it's tough to come up with a plan against him, are you really just reacting to individual pitches then?
Yeah, I don't think there's one pitch that you can look for. I think most players go up there and you look for a fastball and try to make an adjustment if it's an off-speed pitch. I think if you're a right-hand hitter, you should have a plan that you're not going to try to pull the ball. Otherwise, you're going to be way out in front of all the off-speed pitches. I think if you go up there and try to hit the ball back through the middle, look for a fastball, adjust to the other pitches, that's probably as good a plan as any.
Well, he's gotten Hamilton to swing and miss on the lots of off-speed offerings and gets him there again. Strikes him out for the second time. He has 3 strikeouts. Hamilton twice, Michael Young the other. Still up 1-0. Your question, Michael Young got his first major league hit against Sidney Ponson, a 5th inning single, May 27th, 2001 at Baltimore.
Ball. Now it's 6-3, maybe.
That sounds like Steve Busby on the call.
Ball, that's it to left field. It'll drop in front of Conine. And Michael Young with his first major league. Now,
very nicely done, Does.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Who knew?
I wish I could say I remembered that, but I don't.
You didn't have the thought that that kid's going to get at least 2,000.
No, not at that point.
Well, who could have? There's Lonnie Chisenhall, sacrifice fly in the second, scored their first run, and another pitcher's duel here.
It is. It is. And on a night that you would swear that the hitters would have all kinds of advantages with the wind the way it is, the hot air in the ballpark. Not so. It just goes to show you can pitch well in this park under the worst conditions as far as a pitcher's concerned.
Yeah, that ball that Chisenhall hit to the warning track in center field, he just reached out and stroked that ball 400 feet. But when you're not hitting it on the good part of the bat, I guess it doesn't matter. And both the pitchers have done a pretty good job of avoiding that.
Sure have.
Check swing, and Chisenhall didn't go around. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Colby's done a very good job. He a little shaky at the beginning, which is not unusual, I don't think, for Colby, David. But he's gotten himself together, and what's he retired? 7 straight. Got it going pretty well.
Yep, 7 straight. Only trouble was in the second. 2 singles, the sac fly by Chisenhall, and walked the next man, Duncan, and that's been it. 1, 2, 3 in the first, third, and fourth. Strikeout of Chisenhall to begin the 5th, his second strikeout.
Pretty good location with that slider, cutter, right on the outside corner. I think Chisenhall thought it was going to be outside, and right at the last, he tried to take a pass at it, but it was a little bit too late.
Shelley Duncan now has had himself a very effective series. Walked his first time up, the only walk issued so far by Lewis. Because this was just like last night, a night when As C.J. Wilson knew last night, Colby Lewis knew that the Rangers needed him to go deep because they're actually without 4 relief pitchers tonight. Scott Feldman is going to be off anyway. And he's joined tonight by Tateyama, Wahara, and Feliz, all being rested. So it's a 4-man bullpen. So my question is, does that affect the mentality of a starting pitcher at all? I mean, they're always trying to go deep.
I don't think so. I don't think going into the game, David, does. I think when you get into the game and you figure out what you're doing, and that may play a little part in how you go about working certain hitters. In a close ball game, though, it's pretty tough to do anything about how long you can last, quite honestly, because you're trying to make sure it stays at a close ball game. If you had a lead, a 3 or 4 run lead, it would probably change the way you pitch, knowing that you have to get this game into the latter stages to protect the bullpen. But I don't think Colby's in a position right now where he can really alter his game plan, if you will, to accommodate going deep into the game. His idea when he goes out there anyway is to throw 9 innings.
Yeah.
That's Colby's mindset, which is kind of a refreshing change, I think.
Trying to take care of Duncan here at 1-2. And a 1-hopper out for Elvis. That is 9 straight retired. And we'll bring up Ezekiel Carrera, who bounced back to Lewis to end the 2nd inning. I know we've talked about this with you, Buzz, before, but your take on Neftali Feliz last night had the velocity, but again, not the command.
Well, yeah, velocity is overrated. You throw a major league hitter's 96, 97, 98 mile an hour fastball, you better have some kind of location for it, because he got that 99 mile an hour fastball turned around for a solid single on a 1-2 pitch. And I believe that was Chisenhall that got that single. And the difference, he had thrown 2 fastballs by Chisenhall, and they were both above belt high, not by much, but a couple inches above belt high. The base hit looked like it was 5 or 6 inches below belt high, about thigh high. And that's a huge difference. Tom will tell you from a hitter's standpoint.
If he throws the 1-2 pitch about 6 inches above the top of the strike zone, it's swing and a miss strike.
Oh, yeah.
No way he could have laid off it.
I think, well, it depends on where you mean by the top of the strike zone.
Here's a base hit. Carrera sprays that one through the hole. And the Indians have their 3rd hit of the night.
So basically the top of the strike zone, just as we randomly show it with the Fox tracks. Mm-hmm. If the umpire determines the top of his strike zone is slightly below the letters, if you throw it at the letters or a little bit higher at 99, after the way he swung and missed at the first two,
right,
he was going down on strikes.
Where were those first 2 pitches? Did you have them on the tracker?
I think they were in the upper part of the strike zone. I think they were both strikes. And so my point is, when you're ahead 1 and 2, just elevate a little bit more just to make sure.
And I think that's a problem. I think that's where Feliz is a little bit short right now. Isn't his command? To me, his command of the fastball isn't what it was last year. I think he went out there last year and didn't really think about trying to paint the black on the outside. But he was able to throw it on the outer quarter or outer third of the plate almost at will. And he's not able to do that this year.
Lewis trying to get the outer edge there to Brantley, who has flied to center both times up.
But, there was an interesting point I thought brought up today, Dave, about the play that wasn't made by Nelly Cruz in center field. Suggested, that's a long run for the ball. And, you get there, and it was stated as on a playoff caliber or championship caliber team, that play has to be made. On a also ran team, that's a great play if it's made or not.
Yeah,
I think the bar has been raised a little bit for the Rangers. And I'm not taking anything away from Nelly. I mean, he went a long way for that ball, but he put himself in position to make the catch too. And if he's able to hang on to that whole 9th inning is kind of a moot point then.
Right. Well, he gets a chance here going back, and that's over his head off the wall, deepest part of the yard. Here comes the speedy Carrera, and heading for 3rd is Brantley, and he is in there safe with an RBI triple. It is 2-0 Cleveland. Well, Nelly was not going to have a shot at that one. RBI number 43 for Brantley.
A hard hit line drive by Brantley on a kind of the pitch we're kind of talking about. There's a fastball that's near the center of the plate. The big league hitters, that ball a little bit on the outside corner like that, that's like right down the middle to a big league hitter nowadays. They don't take a swing like they're reaching for a pitch on the outside corner. They take a pitch like it's a pitch they want to drive.
That will bring up Kipnis, who has grounded to second, thrown out. A nice play by Michael Young trying to bunt his way on to the third. Colby had retired 10 straight before the 2-out single by Carrera. And the Indians now 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors, they've left 2. Rangers no runs, 1 hit off of Tomlin. Line drive, Elvis is right there. Hard hit out ends the Indians' 5th. They get another run on 2 hits. And after 4.5, now lead it by 2. On Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Hyundai. People are talking about Hyundai uncensored. See what they're saying at Hyundai.com. And the second at bat of the night by Michael Young. He looks at a curve for a strike. He struck out swinging on 3 pitches leading off the second. 2 hits away from 2K. As we check our Ford leaderboard for tonight. And going back to 2001, only Ichiro, Jeter, and Albert Pujols had more base hits. This may be one here. Tough chance. Tomlin, no throw, and there's number 1999. It was either going to be Chisenhall charging or Tomlin off the mound. Neither was going to have a play where that one ended up, and he is 1 away from the milestone.
The Rangers trying to get a little something going here. It hasn't been easy against Tomlin. Tomlin's had good command of a lot of different varieties of pitches tonight, and the Rangers really haven't had a lot of balls hit off the good part of the bat.
Ground ball, shortstop. Just in time to double up Cruz. They get another 6-4-3. Second inning in a row.
pretty much the classic example of a pitcher keeping a good hitting team off balance by mixing up his pitches, changing speeds, and having pretty good location with his pitch. If you're a right-hand hitter, you can't try to pull this guy. You have to go back through the middle, try to hit it to right center field. Otherwise, you're just going to hit that slider, that cutter, right off the end of the bat.
Well, here's the only other Ranger besides Michael Young to have a hit. It was Napoli, who singled to left field, thrown out by Brantley to the last out of the inning, trying to stretch it to a double. So, Buzz, you were talking about velocity being overrated. Isn't Josh Tomlin exhibit A there?
Oh, yeah. Pitching is exactly the same as real estate. Location, location, location. And I don't care what you throw. If your location's good enough, you're going to get people out. And, I think you look at one end of the spectrum like a Jamie Moyer used to be, or Tomlin. Tomlin has pretty good stuff. Throws a little bit harder, but that and you go up to Felice, who can throw as hard as anybody, and success goes to the one that's most consistent where they want to throw the ball. When you have command, I think, Dave, like Tomlin has, of 4 pretty good pitches. When your feel for that night is on, in other words, you have pretty good release of your off-speed stuff, and your fastball is going pretty much where you want it. It's your ball game. I mean, you can do whatever you want to almost every hitter.
Well, just his second 3-ball count, and both have ended with a walk. Kinsler in the 4th, Napoli here in the 5th.
Now, that's the first time since the second week of the season that he's walked more than 1 in a game.
Is that incredible?
That's unbelievable.
Well, he's had 22 starts and walked 16 batters. Wild tonight.
Yeah.
55 pitches, 19 balls now after those 4 to Napoli. So he's aboard with 2 outs. Moreland now grounded sharply to first, his first time up. It's the high strike there. Very high strike.
He's definitely not the kind of guy in a close game on the line late in the game that you're going to see a good fastball to hit. You may see a fastball, but it's probably just a pitch he's using to set up something else.
Yep.
Base runner is so rare. There's a stat called WHIP, walks and hits per inning pitched. Tomlin allows the fewest walks and hits per inning since Gaylord Perry with the Indians in 1972. Barely 1 per inning. That's how rare base runners are in his games.
Just showed a graphic that said he's throwing 67% fastballs. Sure doesn't seem like it's 67% fastballs. It seems maybe 50-50.
Another ground ball on the right side for Moreland, this time to Kipnis. And the Rangers get a hit and a walk, but the double play key for Tomlin. Thanks as always, Steve Busby.
I'll talk to you guys after the game.
Yeah, work on your offense, Buzz.
I'll try to.
The Fans' Choice 20 game plan is the only way to guarantee your seat for every potential postseason home game. Plus, get the last 20 games of the regular season at 33% off box office prices. You can choose from 10 locations, starting at only $100 per plan. Today at TexasRangers.com. Indians leading 2-0 into the 6th inning we go. It's Cabrera, Hafner, and Santana against Colby Lewis. He's given up runs in the 2nd and the 5th. He's gotten Cabrera both times on a grounder to 2nd and a strikeout. Once again, he grounds out to Kinsler.
He made some good pitches to Cabrera. He struck him out with a good hard slider down and in. Got him with a couple of sinkers. Ground balls to second base.
They'll bring up Hafner. Single leading off the 2nd, scored their first run. Hafner, we talked about a little bit last night, from the town of Sykeston, North Dakota, population 180. Good curve for strike one. He was the high school valedictorian with a GPA of 3.99 and a mathlete. Went on to Cowley County Community College in Kansas, MVP of the JUCO World Series 1997. And we've seen him do this. Kinsler out in short right, in that chip throws him out.
You know how many guys were in his senior class?
10 or so?
Probably.
So he was valedictorian and top 10%.
Probably homecoming king.
But he was MVP of whatever sports they played, too.
Probably scored the winning touchdown, was a homecoming king, played in the band. Worked on the grounds crew after the game to clean the field.
Strike one to Santana, who singled his first time up. Last time up, he also grounded out to Kinsler. Yankees and the Red Sox in the top of the 4th at Fenway Park. Boston leads that one 1-0. Josh Beckett has allowed only 1 hit so far through 3. Freddie Garcia on the mound for New York. Yankees and the Red Sox in a dead heat starting that game, both at 69 and 43 in the American League East. And the high strike takes care of Santana. An 8-pitch 1-2-3 6th inning for Colby Lewis. tonight's jackpot is worth $200 and dinner for two at a Sonic Drive-In. And the Rangers tonight are hitting for Andrew Wilson from Dallas. If a Ranger hits a grand slam during this inning, Andrew Wilson from Dallas will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Let's check in with Rick Renner.
Hey, guys, your Vitor Alba has been just a doubles machine. He leads the American League in the last 27 games with 14 doubles. Everything he hits is a double. The funny thing is he just hits it where it's pitched.
I just try to put a good swing on it, and then hopefully, find the hole. And it seems like lately every ball I hit very much has been in the gap or on the line where I can just get a double.
And with hits in 8 of the last 9 games, he's raised his average from 248 to 274, and he's doing it catching in this heat.
Yes, he is, and he's having great success going to the opposite field. He did a couple times last night in his 3-hit game. Tried to his first time up tonight and flied out to Fukudome in right field. Tomlin 2-hitting the Rangers with 2 walks through 5 innings. And the curve grounded to Kipnis.
Well, not only is he 2-hitting the Rangers have only hit a couple of balls on the good part of the bat the whole game. There have been some weakly hit ground balls, pop-ups. He's been masterful so far in this game. Rangers just have been off balance almost every hitter, every time. Mike Napoli's probably had the best at bats. He walked and had a line drive base hit his first time up. The other hit was an infield hit by Michael. Other than that, there hadn't been a hard hit ball.
Chavez thinking bunt here, takes a strike. There have been a lot of very quick at bats too. 1, 2, 3 pitches. 3 strikeouts, 9 ground outs, only 3 in the air, including Chavez's first time up, who blooped one to short right field. Fukudome raced in to make a basket catch during the 3rd inning. Tomlin also with a couple of double play balls has faced only 1 over the minimum. Gets the outside corner with the fastball. Strikeout number 4. Chavez, the 10th Ranger batter to have seen 3 or fewer pitches. That is quick work indeed. 65 pitches through 5 2/3. All Tomlin is needed.
Tomlin has only pitched 8 innings in the game 1 time this year. That was 2 starts ago against the Angels. Other than that, he hasn't even pitched 7 innings a whole lot of times. Usually it's around 6. But the way he's pitching right now, he's on track to do that and more.
Kinsler's grounded to 3rd and walked. And he's down 0-2. And that first pitch he saw, one of the very few that's been anywhere near the center square. That's just not where Tomlin makes his living.
Not with his fastball.
Able to hold up. Angel Campos confirms at first base.
He's thrown some off-speed pitches that have been around the middle of the plate, but they fooled the hitters, and they haven't hit him on the good part of the bat. Even though the pitch has been there, this change of speeds has forced the ball to be hit off the end of the bat.
Once again out of play and still 1-2. Again, the Angels won today 2-1 over the Mariners. The Rangers don't come back. They will be tied atop the American League West. As that one is skied to medium deep center field. Carrera finishing off another 1-2-3 inning for Josh Tomlin. through 6, 1 over the minimum. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. And by Southwest Airlines, new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, and no blackout dates. Dave Barnett and Tom Grieve into the 7th inning. Colby Lewis at 87 pitches, 57 strikes against 30 balls. He's pitched extremely well, 2 runs on 4 hits. But the Rangers just have not gotten anything going against Josh Tomlin tonight. Fukudome, Chisenhall, and Duncan here in the Indian 7th.
Each time the Rangers have had a leadoff hitter on, a couple of times they've had a leadoff hitter on. The next batter's hit into a double play. Back-to-back innings in the 4th and the 5th. Leadoff walk to Kinsler. Infield hit by Michael. Erased quickly.
And in front of Fukudome, 0-2. Fukudome, as we said, played for the Chunichi Dragons in Japan 9 years. His manager there was Shinichi Burning Hot Hoshino, who was known to punch players in the face after mistakes.
That'd be a tough guy to play for.
Fukudome said, yeah, he was intense, kind of like Lou Piniella with the Cubs. No, I don't remember Lou Piniella ever punching. Well, he got into it in the locker room once with Rob Dibble in Cincinnati.
Yeah, he had no chance of punching Rob Dibble. Rob Dibble would have killed him. Probably would have killed him if the fight didn't get broken up.
What would you do as the GM if you had a manager who punched a guy in the face for making a mistake?
I don't think he'd last very long. He better be big and he better be strong. I don't know how the players view that in Japan. Maybe they respect the manager to the point where they just sit there and take it. But most big league managers punch a big league player. They might end up getting the worst out of it.
Impossible to picture Ron Washington behaving in such a manner.
Well, I've never heard of any big league manager. Well, Billy Martin occasionally had a little bit of a flare up against a player. I don't remember him ever punching out a player on the field, although he did punch Dave Bosworth one time when he was managing the Twins. Story goes, though, Billy picked his spot. Bosworth had his hands in his pockets when it happened.
And he was known to be restrained, too. I mean, the famous conflict in the Yankee dugout with Reggie Jackson. After, for some reason, Reggie Jackson insisted on bunting and bunted into an out, and they had to be separated immediately after, right there in the dugout.
Yeah, it happened. Reggie Jackson was in the outfield. Billy took him out in the middle of an inning, sent Paul Blair out to the outfield and took Reggie out of the game in right field. Reggie had to trot off the field into the dugout at Fenway Park, being replaced in the middle of an inning.
That was two separate incidents, the bunting and then the outfield removal.
The outfield one is where they had to be separated by Elston Howard right at the end of the dugout, right near the tunnel. I didn't see the other one.
The 3-1 pitch is an easy pop-up for Andrews. And let's go back to our Fox Sports Southwest studio. Tim Matthews has our McDonald's Dollar Drink Game Break. All right, Tim, and that improves the LA record to 63-52. The Rangers 63-51. As Shelley Duncan rolls one to Michael Young. And another spotless inning turned in by Colby Lewis. He has had 5 1-2-3 innings. Sunday night, time for God Bless America. Here's Chuck Morgan.
The Texas Rangers and all of Major League Baseball, as we pause to honor the men and women of armed services both at home and around the world. Tonight we invite you to join in singing God Bless America with Eric Kolb.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Youth baseball leagues in your community. If you'd like to learn more about Chevy Youth Baseball programs, go to youthsportswired.com. 2-0 into the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's Andrews, Hamilton, and Young. Josh Tomlin needing only 71 pitches through 6. 2 hitting the Rangers, one of those at infield hit. He has retired Andrews both times on a fly to right, and the first of 2 6-4-3 double plays.
Well, the Rangers have had a number of well-pitched games against them this year. Cliff Lee shut the Rangers out in Philadelphia. Jared Weaver has pitched a couple of good games against us.
Your public is here.
I heard that right in the middle of my sentence. But the game that Tomlin's thrown is right up there with him so far. I mean, he's got 3 more innings to go, but 2 hits through 6 innings without a ball being hit hard. You don't think of a 4 strikeout performance as being dominating, but I think if you just look at how many balls the Rangers have hit hard off the good part of the bat, so far it's been a pretty dominating performance. There haven't been many.
Three-one pitch here to Elvis is flagged down on 1. Hot hop by Cabrera.
Well, that's pretty close to being a hard hit ball. Elvis got ahead in the count 3-1. Got a fastball to hit it pretty well. Nice play by Cabrera. Nice hands, quick, accurate throw to first base. Very nice play.
Great job spinning, but keeping his balance and getting a strike off. Here's Hamilton. He has been fed a steady diet of off-speed stuff and has struck out swinging both times.
I guarantee you, Jack Srencik, the general manager for Seattle, is wishing that the regime that came ahead of him didn't trade Cabrera to the Indians for, who was it, Eduardo Perez?
Yes. June 30th, 06.
There's one position on the field that Seattle would love to have an all-star at shortstop right now.
This is lifted, not that deep to left field, though, and Michael Brantley is there. One of the few balls the Rangers have been able to elevate tonight. 2 outs. Here's Michael Young, 1 hit away from 2,000. He has struck out and reached on a leadoff infield single in the 5th inning. And right after the first pitch here. Down the line and right, slicing. No balls and 2 strikes.
The other thing about Tomlin, he's only thrown 100 pitches 3 times this year. He's had a lot of games where he was pitching pretty well and came out after 85, 86 pitches. Most of the time he's somewhere around 90 to 95 pitches. But they definitely don't push him very much as far as pitch total in the game. To 104 pitches early in the season, 109 in May. He hasn't thrown 100 pitches in probably about 12 or 13 starts.
Ahead of Young here, 0-2. And another slow roller. Third base, Chisenhall not in time. There's number 2,000 for Michael Young.
Back-to-back infield hits. Well, a lot of fans that are at the game tonight, glad they came. Guys on the Indians bench are clapping. That's a nice gesture in the middle of a 2-0 game.
Hard to find a more respected player in baseball than Michael Young, and this ovation goes on and on. said before the game that he wanted to be respectful of the milestone, not particularly pressing to get 2 hits tonight. But he's got them, both infield singles. And he is the 3rd fastest right-handed hitter ever to 2,000 hits.
It's almost a carbon copy of the hit that he had in the 5th inning. Third baseman Chisenhall's playing back. Couldn't get to it in time.
We'll have an easier play here. And throws out Cruz, but Michael Young behind only Al Simmons and Rogers Hornsby, the only faster right-handed hitters to the 2,000 career mark. Rangers have teamed up with Carter Blood Care for the Great American Give. When you give blood to Carter Blood Care in August, you'll automatically be registered for a chance to win a Fox Sports Southwest VIP experience here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Well, during the break between innings, Michael Young, the subject of a great video history put together by Chuck Morgan and his staff. All his milestone hits from 1 right through 2000. The hit that gave him the all-time Rangers hits record from June 16th last year in Florida. A moment ago, on his 2nd infield single of the night, he hit the milestone 2K. Carrera grounds out.
You know, on almost any other night, we'd be talking about how masterful Kobe Lewis has been tonight. He's pitched a terrific game himself. Only given up a handful of hits and 2 runs.
Let's check in with Jim Knotts.
All right, Dave, time for the Ranger fan of the game. It happens to center around Michael Young's 2000 career hit. This is Tony. Ty comes all the way in from South Korea. Big time Michael Young fan. Tony, explain this.
Well, this is his first time to the U.S. It's his first Rangers game, and we couldn't be more proud of Michael Young's accomplishment tonight. We keep him filled in every week.
There we go. Congratulations. Some hot dogs, right? Hot dogs! For the rest of the game, your Ranger fan of the game, your thoughts, Ty?
Michael Young, yeah!
There we go. All right, congratulations, Ty. Way to go.
How can you say better than that? Michael Young, yeehaw. 0-2 to Brantley. Well, talking about Michael's pregame comments about reaching the milestone, really the only thing that perked him up was finding out that only Al Simmons and Rogers Hornsby got to it faster as right-handed hitters. And that got a smile on his face. But no doubt now it is all about the fact that the Rangers are down 2-0.
The Indians have only had 4 hits. Unfortunately, each time they've been back-to-back hits. In the second inning, back-to-back singles, and then with 2 outs in the 5th, a single and a triple back-to-back. 2 runs, and Kobe's been on top of his game. Another start where the Rangers needed the starter to pitch deep into a game, and he's done that. CJ did a nice job of it last night. Kobe's done even better tonight. Trying to get through 8 innings. 105 pitches.
Since the RBI triple by Brantley in the 5th, he's retired 8 straight. He had set down 9 in a row before Carrera singled ahead of the Brantley triple. Just missed the back door there. DJ Rayburn says just outside, 2-2. Well hit into the right field corner and gone over the wedge. Home run, Michael Brantley. It is 3-0 Cleveland.
Brantley is really swinging the bat well tonight. He has a couple of long fly balls to center field, but then a well-hit triple that he scorched to right center field. And that time on a pretty good pitch. It looked like a hard breaking ball down and in. He golfs a line shot home run right down the right field line. Driven in the last 2 runs for the Indians. Yeah, it's up a little bit. That wasn't quite as far in as I thought, but still another good at bat for Brantley.
Only question, would it be fair? It had enough. Bounced off the back wall to the wedge down there. And Ron Washington says that's enough for Colby Lewis. Very solid start. Simply outpitched by Josh Tomlin tonight. 108 pitches, 70 for strikes. And he gives way with 1 out here in the 8th inning to Darren Oliver, who will face the left-handed hitting Jason Kipnis in now a 3-0 game. That's Friday, August 26th. It all begins at 7 p.m. with Friday Football Live and finishes at midnight with High School Scoreboard Live at midnight. That's 6 straight hours of coverage every Friday night only on Fox Sports Southwest. Now here's Darren Oliver on with the run in, 1 out here in the 8th inning. Jason Kipnis is 0 for 3. Last time up, scorched a line drive right at Andrews. Verizon Wireless called to the bullpen. 2 balls and no strikes. The balk last night when Darren dropped the ball and allowed a run to score. His first balk since 2007.
That was just a fluke. I doubt Darren has ever done that before. And, you know, we've all probably seen that at some point in time over a long period of time. 45 years or so, but I can't remember having seen that. Just one of those fluke things. You feel like you're doing everything the way you always do it. All of a sudden the ball just drops out of your hand.
That was in the 7th inning. It brought Carrera home from third, pinch running for Duncan. Part of their 3-run 7th inning. This one headed down the line and out of play for Hamilton. Otherwise, though, Darren has retired at 19 of the last 22 batters he has faced. 4 runs, 3 earned in his last 24 appearances. And 3-2 to Kipnis. So the line on Colby Lewis tonight, 7 1/3 innings, 3 runs on 5 hits, struck out 3, walked only 1. As that pitch just misses, ball 4 to Kipnis. And let's check in on our Game Connect buzz from FoxSportsSouthwest.com. From John, he says, my mother, whose name is Auda, is 95 years young. She never misses a game on Fox Sports. Could you guys mention her on the broadcast? Consider it done.
We've taken care of that. We appreciate it, Auda. 95 years young, for being such a big Ranger fan. Hope you're still up watching this one. Rangers need a comeback.
Asdrubal Cabrera is 0 for 3. 2 grounders to second and a strikeout. And now 9 pitches, 6 have missed the strike zone for Oliver. Looking ahead to the Rangers' 8th, Napoli, Moreland, and Torrealba. Napoli has reached both times against Tomlin. The only other Ranger who has been on base twice is Michael Young with his 2 infield singles. Trouble if it's fair. Diving catch by Josh Hamilton.
I didn't think there was any chance Josh was going to catch that ball. As hard as that ball was hit, it was hooking, sinking. But he gets a great jump. And with the dive and the slide, makes a nice play.
You know, I've lost count of how many times this year that I thought the exact same thing you did. Well, he won't get to that one. Whoop, he did.
Yeah, you have to have a good jump, and then you have to have the conviction to go after that ball rather than lay back on it. And he had the conviction. He went after it and made a nice play. If he doesn't, pretty good chance that's going to score a run.
Yeah, that's past him into the corner. Kipnis racing around from first base. Instead, he's still at first. And here's Hafter, who's single leading off the second and scored their first run on a sacrifice fly by Lonnie Chisenhall. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, 3 left for the Indians. No runs on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left for the Rangers. And 1-2. That Bradley home run, the only one allowed by Colby Lewis tonight, is 28th of the season. That's the most in the American League. Second in the majors to Bronson Arroyo, who has thrown 30 home run balls for the Reds. Yankees have tied their game at Fenway 1-1. They scored in the 5th inning. Boston now batting bottom of the 5th. Beckett against Garcia. The other games of interest again. The Angels beat Seattle 2-1. Poised to tie the Rangers for the division lead, barring a Texas comeback here. Tigers lost at Kansas City 4-3. So the Indians trying to get within 3 games of Detroit in the Central. Oakland beat Tampa Bay in 10 innings 5-4 at Tropicana Field. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Mariners are headed here for a 3-game series. That'll start tomorrow night. Matt Harrison going for his 10th win. Charlie Furbush, just acquired from Detroit, will be on the mound for Seattle. Runner goes, and no throw. Kipnis with the stolen base, now in scoring position, and it's 3-2 to Hafner.
He's going on the first move, and he's gone. Torrey Albin knows it. It's kind of his way of telling the pitcher, I didn't have a chance, big guy.
But he takes care of Hafner. The Indians add another run on the Brantley home run to the bottom of the 8th. It is 3-0. Host the Angels at 7:05. Join us to support the boys from Texas in an AL West showdown. And the first 10,000 kids 13 and under will receive a Texas Rangers football. Tickets are available now at TexasRangers.com. Matt Laporta takes over for Shelley Duncan at first base, as Mike Napoli will lead off the Ranger 8th. He has singled and walked. One of only 3 hits allowed by Josh Tomlin, the Tyler native, White House High School product out of Texas Tech. Their 19th round pick in 2006, who has been masterful. Napoli, one of a very few hard hit balls tonight. Also very few 3-0 counts. 2 outs in the second. He lined a base hit to left, thrown out trying to stretch it to a double. The only other 2 hits, the infield singles by Michael Young, 1999 to 2000.
That's pretty rare. 3 walks. For a guy that's walked 16 all season, he's walked 3 tonight. Walked Napoli twice.
It is only the third time this year he's walked 3. The others were his first 2 starts, April 5th against Boston and the 10th against Seattle.
Well, you figure now he's got 19 walks. He's walked 3 in a game 3 times. In 20 games, in the 20 other games, he only walked 10.
First visit by their pitching coach Tim Belcher.
The other thing, remember, he hasn't thrown 100 pitches in 12 starts. He's at 90 right now. And he's only gone 8 innings in a game once this year.
Only 1 inning with as many as 16 pitches. That was the 4th when he started with the leadoff walk to Kinsler, but then got a double play grounder off of Andrus and struck out Hamilton. Tomlin has had 10 walk-free games. And his top pitch count 109, going 6 innings in losing May 27th at Tampa Bay 5-0. Moreland has grounded out twice to first and second. Pitch number 92, and that is in there on the outside corner, 1-1. Rest of that Seattle series. Tuesday night, Alexi Ogando will be back from paternity leave to go up against the flame-throwing rookie Michael Pineda. And on Wednesday night, last game of the homestand, it's Derek Holland against Jason Vargas. That'll be your last chance to see the Rangers for a while. They will not return until August 22nd, starting a long homestand against the Red Sox.
It'll be interesting to see what Tomlin throws right here. He's down in the count 2-1. Got a fastball hitter at the plate. Nobody out. Got a man on. See if they'll give him a fastball to hit. He did, but it was not a strike. You have to think if he walks Moreland here that it's a pretty good sign that he's getting tired. A guy that walks as few batters as he does.
Base hit up the middle.
There's a hard hit ball. It's just an example of when you get a fastball to hit and you're looking for a fastball, then big league hitters have good swings and good at bats. And that's one thing Tomlin has done tonight. He has not given the Rangers fastballs to hit in fastball counts that they can get a good swing at. A high fastball top of the strike zone to Mitch, and he gets on top of that and rips it into center field. So the Rangers have something they haven't had all night. A couple of men on base.
Yeah, the only other inning they had 2 men on, sandwiched in there was a double play back in the 5th inning. So Josh Tomlin gone after 95 pitches, 7 innings plus 2 batters. And Yorvit Toriaba will bat as the tying run at the plate. Joe Smith. Look at those numbers. The 123 earned run average is the lowest relief ERA in the American League.
Now he's got a deceptive sidearm delivery, a hard slider that he throws from down there, and unusual velocity as well. Many times you'll see a sidearm pitcher top out at 86 or 87 miles an hour. Smith tops out around 93 miles an hour. So he obviously has the stuff. He's been very tough, and the numbers support that.
Napoli at second after the walk. Moreland at first on the single that chased Josh Tomlin, and that one almost loads the bases. Torrealba tonight is fly to right, grounded to second.
Well, the Rangers have rallied late in the first two games of this series. Came from 5 runs down the first night, went ahead 3 runs down in the 7th inning yesterday.
Little chopper, tough play. Smith's throw, safe at first base. They are loaded with nobody out.
That's the 3rd infield hit the Rangers have had right down the third base line.
The other 2 by Michael Young. This time Jorvi Torrealba beats it out. Might have been safe even if the throw by Smith is on the bag. So the tying runs are aboard, and Endy Chavez will be lifted here for David Murphy. Smith, as a right-handed pitcher, much tougher against left-handed hitters. They are 109 against him this year. 5 for 46. He has given up 1 home run. Ball 1 to Murphy, who is 2 for 6 with 2 runs batted in this year, pinch hitting. Center field in there for a base hit. Napoli scores. Moreland will be held. The Rangers are on the board, and the bases are still loaded.
A well hit ball by David. Just needed to get that in the gap a little bit more. Might have scored everybody. Fastball right in the center of the plate.
Dave Anderson wisely holding up Moreland with nobody out, and Andres Blanco now comes on to pinch run at second base for Torrealba.
It looked like Mitch had a chance to score. Dave was playing conservatively, down still by 2 more runs.
So here is Kinsler, who has grounded to third, walked, and flied to center. Smith has thrown ball 1 to all 3 batters he has faced. The first 2 have singled. Two and 0.
Yeah, he's getting locked into a fastball right here himself. 2-0. Missed with a slider.
Down the right field line, but into the seats.
Down goes Frazier.
Right-handed hitters actually have a decent batting average against Joe Smith, 243. Three balls and a strike.
Well, they got to get a good pitch to hit right here. 3-1, bases loaded. Got to throw 2 strikes to keep them walking you right here.
3-2.
That was a strike. Good pitch to hit. Ian had a good swing at it.
Mark Lowe, Mike Adams are up in the Ranger bullpen. Ball 4 will get Moreland home, keep the bases loaded in a 3-2 game.
Maniacta has seen it in both games now for the third time. Late inning rallies by the Rangers.
Gotta be pretty sick of seeing this at this point.
That wasn't even close.
So, here is Elvis Andrus. 2 runs in, still nobody out, with the bases loaded. Elvis tonight 0 for 3. And Smith continues to struggle finding the strike zone. 11 pitches, 7 have missed, with Hamilton on deck. Book is closed on Tomlin. These 2 runs charged to him. That one's in there, 1-1.
Well, you've seen both pitches. Now you've seen his fastball, you've seen his slider. That's a good pitch. It starts out inside and catches the inside corner.
Out of play, 1-2.
Just battle up there now. Look for the middle of the field. Try to make some contact.
So Josh Tomlin tonight goes 7 innings plus 2 batters, 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Started this inning by walking Napoli, giving up the single to center by Moreland. 2 singles and a bases loaded walk from Smith so far. That's in there for a base hit, right center field. Blanco is home. Here comes Murphy, and the Rangers lead it 4-3.
What a great at bat for Elvis. He did pretty much exactly what I said. Look for the middle of the field, try to make solid contact, and he drives the ball to right center field. He gets a slider, but it stays up right in the middle of the plate. Didn't break very sharply. And Elvis going right through the middle. Beautiful line drive. Puts the Rangers ahead. And all 3 games, they've had lightning strikes like this late in the game. Still, nobody out. 6 straight guys have gotten on base. And now you've got the middle of the order coming up, trying to get some more.
For Elvis, an 11-game hitting streak. He has now hit in all 20 games he has ever played against the Cleveland Indians. And a rare failure for Joe Smith, one of the top relievers in baseball. Faces 4, retires none. Rafael Perez next up. A 3-hit shutout into the 8th inning. He walked Mike Napoli, fell behind Mitch Moreland 3-1, gave up a solid single to center field. On came Joe Smith. Disaster. Infield hit, RBI single by the pinch hitter Murphy. RBI bases loaded walk by Kinsler. Andrews with a 2-run single brings on Rafael Perez.
Tomlin was in complete command of this game through 7 innings. The Rangers really had only hit a couple of balls hard the whole game, but he got himself in trouble with a leadoff walk to Napoli. He was in command, but after the walk and then the hard hit by Moreland, it looked like he was out of gas. He was gone, and Rangers still haven't made an out yet.
First and third for Hamilton, who has struck out twice and flied to left. An 11-game hitting streak yet to be extended tonight. And Perez with strike 1.
Josh had an at-bat the other night against Tony Sipp, lefty versus lefty. Got the sacrifice fly to drive in a go-ahead run. Trying to not drive in the go-ahead run, but get a nice insurance run right here.
For this inning, the Rangers didn't have a single at-bat with a man in scoring position. Here in the 8th, they are 3 for 3, and Mike Adams ready to pitch the 9th.
Well, the Rangers hadn't had 2 men on in the same inning. I don't think had a man at second base until the 8th inning.
Yeah, they never had 2 on together. They got 2 in between. Was a double play back in the 5th, but other than that, yeah, there was nothing in terms of a threat.
Didn't have a man at second, did they?
No. Closest was Napoli trying to stretch the single to a double in the 2nd.
A turnaround.
Second base, Kipnis, only the out at second. Kinsler comes home. It is 5-3.
Well, that's basically the same thing as a sacrifice fly right there. Make contact. Josh was down 1 and 2. All he was trying to do was make some contact. It was the kind of contact that wasn't necessarily hard contact, but it was effective. A good slider down and away, just slaps it towards second, beats the relay throw back to first, and drives in the 5th run.
Josh's 62nd run batted in. And a productive first out of the inning. So that is it. Manny Acta only wanted Perez to face the left-handed hitting Hamilton. Back to the bullpen they go. This will be their 4th pitcher of the 8th inning.
Of the 8th, Mike Adams looking forward to coming in the bottom of the 9th inning, or in the top of the 9th inning, and shut this baby down. And Adams, it's a difference of 2 different worlds for him. He comes from San Diego, where it was 75 degrees, to this triple-digit heat, but he's cool with the heat because he likes this bullpen, arguably the best in baseball.
We have a bunch of different types of pitchers, and when you have that variety, and the guys that can go out there and get outs and throw strikes, it always helps. And I think as long as we keep the ball down, especially in this park, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, and Adams talked about it, that he compares his bullpen to the one he had in San Diego, and that one was pretty good, guys.
Well, now this one is really good, and with Neftali Feliz unavailable after pitching 3 straight days, Adams prepared for the 9th. Chad Durbin is the 4th Indian pitcher here in the 8th inning, and he faces the 2000 hitman, Michael Young, who struck out his first time, and then with infield singles both down the third base line, got to 1999 and 2000. And with still only the 1 out, Josh Hamilton at first base after the RBI fielder's choice. First 5 Rangers to bat here in the inning have all scored. Big blast, a 2-run single by Andrews, who became the first out, forced at second base.
And the last 4 hitters have each driven in at least 1 run.
So here is the right-hander Durbin on for the 40th time this year. Not that tough to hit at .310, and a .638 earned run average bears that out.
Well, regardless how this game ends, at the end of this is going to be one of those series at the end that each team's going to say, man, we could have won all 3 of those games. Cleveland had leads. The Rangers have had a lead in every game late. Actually, it's been a great series.
Really
We want exciting baseball all the way through the 9th inning. You're not going to get it much better than this 3 straight nights.
Both games decided in the winner's final at bat. Rangers in games decided in the final at bat this year are 9-16, 7-6 here at the ballpark. This could be 2. No, Michael beats it out. And the Rangers will bat around here in the 8th as Cruz will step up.
When Josh is on first and it's a potential double play, he always gets down there quickly and goes in hard, and the middle infielder knows it. But that was just Michael with the speed and the hustle to make sure that that wasn't going to be a double play. Give Nelly a chance to drive one.
Cruz tonight 0 for 3. 3 ground balls, including a double play in the 5th. Now in at 0 for 14. Joe Smith, who had been the most reliable guy in Manny Acta's bullpen, the pitcher of record now. As he faced 4 batters, gave up 3 singles and a bases loaded walk.
Well, all a manager can do is put the right guy in at the right time, and that's what Manny Acta did. And after that, you just sit back and see what happens. And probably that type of thing hasn't happened to Joe Smith all year.
Two and 2 to Cruz. The Indians' ninth, they'll have Santana, Fukudome, and Chisenhall. They're 5, 6, and 7 hitters. What a job of leaping out of the grave here by a Ranger team that had not threatened Josh Tomlin at all the first 7 innings.
The way he was pitching, I mean, you have hope for the end of the game, but the way he was throwing the ball, it didn't look like a great deal of hope. But he's not used to pitching after 90 pitches or deep into a ball game. And so on a hot night, he might have just gotten to the point where he was running out of gas. That's what it looked like.
Well, Durbin strikes out Cruz, but the Rangers bat around and come up with 5 runs. Big pinch hit RBI single by David Murphy. Bases loaded walk by Kinsler. The 2-run single by Andrews. And it's 5-3 headed to the ninth.
Welcome back to Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. John Radigan on the set of Rangers Live. Some of the things you can count on during Rangers Live. You can count on hearing from Michael Young. Yes, we will have an interview with Mr. 2000. You can count on Dave and Tom helping us wrap this one up. You'll hear from Ron Washington. And you can count on Steve Busby telling you how Mike Adams did in his debut as a closer for the Rangers. Just filling in for Nefty for one night. Let's see how he does. We're back right afterwards with Rangers Live, guys.
All right, John. Well, here is Mike Adams pitching his 4th game in a Ranger uniform.
Well, Heath Bell was the closer in San Diego. Mike did have 1 save. Most of the talk at the trade deadline was around the Rangers getting Heath Bell. And it turned out they got Mike Adams. And the benefit there is they've got Mike Adams for next year, too. Heath Bell would have been a free agent.
Ground ball by Santana to Kinsler. 1 out of the ninth.
And there's the cutter in on the fists. Little weak ground ball to second.
Defensively, David Murphy stays in the game at left field after his big pinch RBI single. Hamilton moving from left to center. And Taylor Teagarden takes over for Torrealba, who was lifted for the pinch runner Blanco. Adams, quite a week ago, went to the park that day expecting to hear that Heath Bell had been traded and he would become the Padres closer. Fukudome tonight 0 for 3. Adams firing strikes here.
Yeah, quality strikes too, inside part of the plate.
All 3 of these Indians facing Adams for the first time ever. Easy for Murphy out in left field. 2 gone in the ninth. Last hope for the Indians, Lonnie Chisenhall, who's been a real thorn all series long. He drove in their first run, a sacrifice fly back in the second.
But you know, one thing, the Indians, I think you said this in the first game, Dave, have a different look now than when we saw them last time, with players like Kipnis, Chisenhall, Fukudome. But both Chisenhall and Kipnis look like they have the potential to be nice players for them. Brantley looks like he's growing into being a player. And when they get Chu back, a terrific right fielder, he's been hurt, got off to a slow start. They've got the makings of a decent everyday lineup. Cabrera's an all-star at shortstop. So they've got some things to build with, and they're in the pennant race right now, so kind of in a good spot.
And we'll see how their acquisition of Ubaldo Jimenez works out for them.
Exactly.
Mike Adams, 5 pitches, 5 strikes. 2 outs in the ninth. And the Indians down to their last strike. And 37,431 trying to bring this one home.
We've seen some kind of game tonight. What a comeback. I'll put it away right here.
Put it away with a strikeout. Mike Adams in his first opportunity to close out a win here at Rangers Ballpark throws 7 pitches, all strikes, a 1-2-3 ninth, and the Rangers take the series 2-1 with their 5-run 8th inning explosion. The difference tonight. And they hang on to first place by a game over the Angels in the American League West.
Now the good hard breaking ball right here from Adams. He kept the ball in on all the left-hand hitters. That looked like a slider. Excellent location. He's pumped. He gets the save. Fans go home happy. The team is pumped up. What a comeback. That's a game where, you know, you can never say a team is dead. But based on the way Tomlin was pitching, it looked unlikely that a comeback like this was going to happen. But he got in trouble in the 7th. The Rangers had 6 straight batters reach base. Huge hit by Murphy. Huge hit by Andrus. Bases loaded walk by Kinsler. Quite a night.
Quite a night indeed. Here's Jim Knox.
All right, thank you, Dave. Michael, congratulations. Big night for you, but a really big night for the Rangers. First, we'll talk about that comeback. 5 runs in the 8th. The bulk of that coming off one of the top relievers in the league, Joe Smith.
Yeah, they got a great pen. Everyone they run out there is usually really good. Smith's really tough, but give the guys credit. We strung together some really good at-bats. I'm just happy we got the win. It was a great comeback for us.
Now talk about picking up career hit 2,000. How special is that for you?
It's special. It's special because, 1, it came in a win. 2, in front of our home crowd. My family's here, or at least my wife's here somewhere. But the fact that it came in front of our home crowd means a lot to me. 11 years in front of these guys, and I love playing. I love playing in front of them.
There you go, Michael. Congratulations on the big night, Dave.
All right, Jim. This one goes to the Rangers 5-3. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, and no blackout dates. And by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. Rangers Live is on the other side.